Okay, but
It's okay. I got it.
okay. I can't see everything. Going live. You're live. Hello, everybody. This is Eliz-sha Keating from WisdomSeekers.net. Emphasis on the .net. And YouTube changed everything around for us, and so we're a little confused.
I'm still confused.
And we're still not figuring out what's happening, because what I'm seeing is a delay. I don't even know if we're up. Are we?
Well,
says we're up.
No, says it's up.
Anyhow,
Got an ad.
it's a little bit confusing, but we're here to do the second part of yesterday's. I think we figured out what happened. Yesterday, they decided that we needed to have a special live streaming app,
basically.
but they didn't tell me. So we're here for the second half of yesterday because it was cut off at 33 minutes. And we're only going to do 30 minutes. So how is everybody? And what's up? And with the energy is like I expect it is for everybody, I'm really sorry. It has been I've been talking to a lot of people today who are having a heck of a lot of, oh my gosh, why is this coming back energy? Well, it's coming back to make sure it's gone. So if you allow it to go, you just say, hasta mañana, baby, don't need you anymore. And it should keep on. It should be gone. Wow, that's weird. They've got so many new gizmos here. I don't like it. So basically that's what you do. You just say thank you. You've helped me a lot. You've brought me to where I am. I no longer need you. And say goodbye.
Do you want me to read the questions out to you now?
Oh, sure. I'm kind of confused right now looking at this new...
The analytics is telling you how many people are watching and for how long, I'm assuming, and how long you've been...
But what's the blue thing that flips up and down?
That's the analytics. That's
that thing there?
Yeah.
Okay. It's kind of confusing.
We figure out on those live. Am I right, guys?
Yeah, we do things as we fly by the seat of our pants, just like the old time airplanes.
All right.
But I got on this to do this, and it says, you can't do it without this app. So, otherwise we would have been on half an hour ago. Any questions?
So Angela Patterson says,
Hi, Angela.
Maria Herrera says, hello, blessings. Lily Guild says, hey.
Nice.
Joao Firmino says, hello, darling. Will I receive a job proposal soon?
That's find out. The printing is still really small though, so I can't read it. You should come a little closer. Come a little bit closer.
Copyright.
You're my kind of girl.
Copyright.
I don't think so. That one's too old.
You never know these days.
Yeah, right. That's true. So anyhow, I don't sing well, as you can tell, but I enjoy myself.
I mean,
So,
you do sing, just not live.
Joel. Okay.
Joao.
Joel. So, the term 15, which means days, probably around 15 days. Not exactly on the 15th day. Can be before, can be after. It seems that's when. It might be that you get a possibility of two. And the thing is, you don't necessarily want to choose the one that has the best money. You want to choose the one that feels the best. And if money feels the best, okay, but it's going to be a little more hectic. But the other one might be a little more something you'll enjoy. Okay? So be careful. Take your time. Breathe. And don't take the first job that offered to you right until you've sat with it for a tiny bit and made sure it feels right. Okay?
Anjali says, hi Eliz-sha, I'm planning to go for my stamping to India in October. Will my stamping go smoothly?
I wish you'd tell me what stamping means. It
Yeah.
sounds interesting.
It does.
That's-
Is it like henna? Getting like henna work on your hands or something?
Or it might be government. It's
Might
got
be
something to
government
do
thing.
with. Yeah.
We're curious.
Yeah. Anyhow, let's find out. Mostly it goes smoothly. There seems to be something that at the first couple days, like first 2-3 days is great. Then there's a hiccup, but mostly, and after that it looks to be.
Visa.
That's
Visa stamping.
okay. Mostly it seems to go smoothly. The stamping itself. It shows that we've traveled to India, right? The hiccup is something that you can easily fix. It's just going to make you grumble a little bit because it shouldn't have happened. But you know how people are. They're a little bit not always smart. They don't always think things through. And it's not you, it's on their side. Okay?
Next.
Mm-hmm.
Gabriela Almamia asks, hello, is Y going to contact me anytime soon?
This must have been in the part that cut off, because I remember this one. What I got, and it's still the same from yesterday, is that she's thinking about Y is thinking about you a great deal, and is spending a lot of time feeling, picking up in the energies that you've changed. And she likes the feel of it. Y is waiting to make sure it's a permanent shift or change before she's waiting. She's hopeful, but that's not going to move, not yet. Not going to make a move, not yet.
Next.
Yeah, this stuff is confusing me because it's way behind me.
This is when you just put it down.
Yeah.
Lily Guild asks, will me and Hendrix be together after he gets out of jail, or will he choose to be with his ex, Rachel?
Right now, at this moment, he likes your energy much more. It's his energy softens when he thinks about you. He sort of goes, yeah, I really like that woman. At this point, unless things change, and he's got a few months there, his ex is not his first go-to person. All right.
Keisha W says, hi.
Hi, Keisha.
Yasmin Fox says, when will I find a boyfriend?
There is one. He's not close, but at the same time he's not far. I think you're stressing or wanting or pushing your energy out. I'd really like to have a boyfriend. Is pushing him away. So allow him to come to you. Play the part of the Regal Princess. And just sit there, looking beautiful. Allow his energy to come to you. All right? Because looking for him, even if it's just, I wonder what that guy's like. Don't do that. Just sit there and play the part of pretty and accessible. Not Not somebody you can have with a flick of your finger, but somebody who's open to receiving abundance. And think of him as abundance. And he will come much closer, he will come closer to you. It's like that person is just waiting for the right energy. All right? I know that sounds really bad, the way I put it, but I do see things in energy. Okay.
Just double checking. I did say Maria had you did answer her question, right?
No, she said hello, I think. Oh, yeah, no, yeah.
Any changes coming my way?
Yeah,
I did. Okay.
Because a lot of these are the same ones from yesterday.
Yeah. It's been a day, so
Yeah.
I'm just double checking.
Yeah. That we do, because we didn't do Maria Herrera. We did that yesterday.
No, but you just did it right now. Like,
Or was that
before Yasmin?
No, that was Gabriella.
You sure?
Uh-huh.
Oh. Like I said, it's been a day.
She's got a migraine. She has a migraine for 2 days.
Also, I've been coughing up a lung for like a week and a month.
And she drives me a little insane when she does it.
So I apologize if...
So her brain is not fully activated at the moment. So Maria Herrera.
What did I ask? Anyhow, she asks, do you see any changes coming my way?
Come September, it seems to be a big change. I know your son will be going to school and you'll have more time on your hands, but it seems there's something happening at that time. It might be that you're going out to work a little bit more, or you're volunteering, but you seem to be out of the house just a bit more than you were. You also appear to be happy about it. You just appear to be happy. I don't see any negative, if that's what you're asking, not in the next little while. No, you just seem to be happy. Okay.
Alright. Keisha W. Just real quick. I did ask you guys this question, right?
I remember a lot of them said hello.
Yeah, no, but about the boyfriend thing. Yes, I did. Okay. Keisha W. Asks, will Patrick and I get in a relationship? Be in a relationship?
Okay. He's sort of like a wall. When I try to talk to him, it's like a wall. He's got his mind set on something, and his mind is really focused on that thing. It doesn't exclude you, but at the moment it's not including you. It has nothing to do with another woman, has more to do with a goal he has set himself. A goal for job or a goal for education or something like that. It is a life goal that is very important to him at this moment. And once he's achieved that goal, how long it will take, I don't know, whether you want to stick around or not. Then he will have time for the fairer sex. But right now, I think he's just so, it's almost like he's got laser focus thinking about what he wants to do with his life. And I think it has to do with becoming more comfortable, more affluent for his future. All right.
Mysterious Moon. Just for time's sake, I'm skipping repeaters.
Okay.
For today. If we have time, we'll go back, etc. Anyhow, Mysterious Moon says, "Hi Eliz-sha, my old employer contacted me. I read real well. With a possible job for more money, but I'm always wary about moving backwards. Should I take it?"
I wish I had his name. Hold on, fire. The old employer feels like this would be a really good opportunity for you. He does not see it as moving backwards, actually sees it as moving forward. Came to you because he trusts you and realizes that you would do a really good job. If you have no negative feelings for this guy or the employer, and you know he'll pay you regularly, the job actually feels like it's a positive for you. And it feels like there's a potential to move from there to something even better. But again, check it, make sure it feels right in the heart.
She adds, boss was Mark.
Mark. So Mark has a soft spot for you, and he thinks that of the people he's had in his employee, you were one of the best. I don't think he's trying to steer you wrong. In his mind's eye, this is good for you. Okay?
Angela Patterson asks, just wondering if my guides have any advice I need to know at this time. Thank you. Excuse me.
So they come in and they're almost tripping over themselves trying to get to me to talk to you. And I think what they're trying to tell me is lighten up, have a little more fun in life, because they looked like the Gladstone cops, or I think they called them, from the silent era of TV or movies, and they were hilarious. I think they are trying to tell you, lighten up, take life a little less seriously, enjoy what you've got, because life is meant to be lived. It's not meant to be worried over, because it's gonna what's gonna be is gonna be, and what you can change, you'll change. All right. Other than that, they say you're doing really good, which I think guides are that's.
Biased.
I think they all have to say that.
Yeah, they're all a little biased.
Yeah, but they send their love.
Crystal T asks, do you see me purchasing a new home soon?
Actually, there's one that if you haven't seen it already, you're going to fall in love with, if you haven't already. And doesn't appear to be massive, but it's really nice. It looks like it's got a really nice front entrance, and it's just sort of like you look at it and you think, this is home. And I know when I buy a house, and I've bought a few over the years, I know this is the right one, and it just feels different. I just turn to the realtor and say, this one, I want this one. Okay, and you're going to know that when you find this house. It's just going to be, yep, this is the one. And then you have to sit on tenterhooks while the rest of the banks and everything make up their mind how it's going to work. But yes, I do see that things are going to go your way, and you're going to, it seems to be I can be 100% wrong, but it seems to be a slightly older neighborhood, because the trees seem to be fairly well developed. But my feeling is you're going to like the neighbors more than anything. It feels like you will like the neighborhood. So I think, yes, I guess you're going to buy a house. I can't say soon because I'm not good at times, but it doesn't look far away. It looks fairly close. All right.
Mimi asks, is Dario ignoring me today, and is it on purpose?
No, he's just really busy. I don't know what he would have said to you, but what he said to me was, hell no. Okay, like I said, they don't always respect me in the energy. If they knew I was a little old lady, they'd be much more polite, I'm sure. But no, he just seems that he's really busy and he's a little frustrated. Something isn't going right, or he's just intent on what's happening in his life, but he's not ignoring you today. If he's not back tomorrow, then you can smack him. I'm joking.
Are you though?
Not really.
Rachel Spalding asks, "Hi, Eliz-sha.
Hi, Rachel.
Will I ever develop my clairs so that I can use them in healing work?" Thank
Okay,
you.
yeah, I remember this from yesterday. It must have been the last half, because I gave you a long speech.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, you already have developed them. The thing is, you don't trust yourself. So what I would recommend is you sit down, take a piece of paper, write. It's clairaudience, they call it, or something else. Just sit and write, and use the. This is where I dropped everything yesterday. Use the pendulum, sort of like that, and please show me. No. See. So use the pendulum. Use your use anything that you can. Anything to develop your abilities. Writing is was one of my favorites when I started out. I wrote pages and pages and pages of stuff. Then I go back and read it and go, wow, that actually makes sense. So, but try. Pendulums. What was it yesterday? The Norse ones, like runes
and knuckle bones.
And I went on forever yesterday.
Yeah.
Runes, knuckle bones. You can use anything to practice your psychic abilities. But the best thing is just to do. And one of the things today you mentioned healing. With your hands like that, and right here, there are two minor chakras, and you can feel them, right? It's hot, and you go like that and play bouncy energy with them. And then you can make it bigger, and you can make it smaller, then you turn and throw it at your kid. And she gets a headache, so you don't throw it at your kid. But I used to do that to my kids all the time. I'd throw energy at them and, Mom! So it's fun.
No, you just do it for bad drivers.
Yeah, that's true. When drivers irritate me, I'll throw a ball of energy at them. Just practice. That's all it is. And you've already got that ability.
She adds that she's trying to develop her third eye some more. She can't see.
Can you see inside? Because if you're looking to see things like, okay, just like in the physical, not going to happen. Close your eyes. Look. What do you see? You see a splotch of color? What does the color mean? You see an image of somebody running down the road? What does it mean? You see, like just now when they asked about the guides tripped over themselves getting in. They showed me an image of fun and hilarity. Close your eyes, look inside. Not everybody sees things in the physical. Not everybody, sometimes you just see them behind your eyes. And that's 100% perfect. Everybody does things differently. Don't expect it to be like you're seeing things in front of your face. Okay? Then trust.
Also, Rachel, it was so not your fault. YouTube decided to do some maintenance work. They updated how we go live.
Yeah.
My mom and I are assuming that is why we were cut off halfway through, hence why this is a part B of the live stream.
It's still working, right?
As far as I can tell, nobody is saying, hey, you've stopped.
Oh, good.
You've died.
Because the blue thing looks a little weird.
Yeah.
Anyhow, it's totally confusing to me, so.
We'll get there. We'll get
All right.
there. Okay, I have to scroll back up.
Yeah.
Gabriela Almamia says, thank you so much. Blessings to you and your family.
De nada.
Ashley asks, hi, is Julian choosing Amira over me again? Or are we kaput for good?
He hasn't at this moment chosen. But honestly, when you say again, my impulse is to tell him to take a hike. Once a pattern has been established, it usually stays established. But at the moment, he's actually weighing up and down. I know women fall in love and they love these guys so much, but sometimes they're just not worth it. Okay, so be very careful what you choose, because honestly, you're worth a lot more than that.
Excuse me. Keisha W says, okay, thank you. Mysterious Moon says, thank you. Rachel Snow asks, hi, how is everyone tonight? Just looking for good vibes, but the Scorpio will take advice as well.
I'm confused about the Scorpio.
I think she's talking about herself. I think she's a Scorpio.
Oh, okay.
I'm assuming?
I'm not sure.
This is us doing astrology.
Okay. So good vibes. Let's try good vibes. So when I look at you, the energy around you looks a little bit like an ice cream cone. But it's quite pretty, coming down. And it's sort of right here. What you want to do is ease it down right through to your feet and then back up again. And I think that's something you can do. If there's a blockage in your stomach, and let me help you, if you don't mind, and just take a little energy out, and let it feel the energy slide down. There, it's moving nicer now. So there's your good vibes. It just allow it and let your fingers tingle. Let yourself feel fingers tingling. It's kind of cool, right? And whoever asked how we're doing, I think we're doing pretty good. We sound a little corny tonight.
A little?
Just a little. Okay.
So, just for tonight, really?
Well, a little more so than usual.
Purdy Milan asks, I want to know why is it that whenever I go to Josefina's house, she serves me a little plate of food like a dog, but serves my boyfriend more. It makes me feel like she thinks I'm fat.
I think Josefina has a tendency to like to hurt people's emotions, hurt people. She doesn't feel very confident in herself. And of course, she probably figures that guys are the top, the old energy of men as the boss, women are below. She knows what she's doing. She's doing it on purpose. It's not trying to. She doesn't actually think you're fat. She just knows that it hurts your feelings. And it's done with the intention of hurting your feelings. But it's because she doesn't feel good about herself. It's so you have to feel. You don't have to. You can. I would feel sorry for her rather than go away feeling
angry,
upset and abused and ashamed. And because you do feel that and she picks it up, she wins. And you want to go, oh great, you knew I wasn't very hungry today. That was so nice of you. something like that, so that she is she doesn't pick it up, that so that what she was trying to do, you take that energy away from her, and after a while she'll just quit doing it. But do it very positively and very, wow, thank you so much. You just knew I wasn't hungry today. There's, something along those lines, but always positive, always very sweet and kind, because anything else is going to backfire.
Yeah. Sorry, just to add to that, somebody was talking about Tyra Banks on one of the YouTube channels that I watch, and in a press conference or like first meeting for like a show or something, a woman or a 13-year-old kid gets up and asks Tyra Banks, "Could you design my dress for the red carpet for the premiere of said show?" And Tyra Banks says, "No, so-and-so designer is supposed to be doing it, and it would be very disrespectful of him. But thank you so much for asking, and that's amazing courage for you to get up and ask for something that could be awkward and, oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't really mean to." Instead of turning it, cowering within yourself or herself, she's like, come out and be bold.
Yeah, do everything with grace and positivity, and just feel sorry for the lady that she has that much pain that she has to deal with, because it takes a lot of pain to hurt people like that. Self-pain.
Mama Pale says hi and asks, "How is Gemini feeling towards me? What are his actions?"
Well, he really likes you, but I see him pacing back and forth. And he's kind of like, he can't make up his mind, or he's a little afraid that you're going to reject him. I'm not sure why he's pacing back and forth, because I know when he looks at you, his eyes get big and he smiles. But then he starts pacing like there's something, he's a little afraid, something's hindering him coming forward and being as proactive as he would like to be with you. So, no promises on his part, unfortunately. If he can get through that, whatever's holding him back, you probably have a really good time together. All right.
Sharon B. asks, "Does my boyfriend's godmother support my dreams of having a career, or would she rather have me be a traditional Mexican housewife?"
She would and she wouldn't. She wants you to be. She thinks it's an awesome idea and she wants that, and at the same time she wants her godson to have a wonderful stay-at-home life, and so she's really torn. I suspect she expects you to do what you want to do, and I think she expects you to go out and have your career. And the only thing that she will complain about is that when the children come, they are looked after. They are well looked after and loved. So support you, yes. Not support you, maybe a little not supporting, but mostly she actually seems to like you. And because your boyfriend supports you, she will stand behind him.
Okay. Delila Cruz asks, "Does my mom think I have a baby?"
She would like to know your mom. Is that the sort of thing you keep from a mom? So I think maybe the idea has crossed her mind. At the same time, she denies it. So it's, but at mostly it she doesn't. Mostly she doesn't think you would have a baby without letting her know. All right.
Leah Smith asks, how will driving school go for me?
Well, be careful of the brake. You might have at first have a very heavy foot on the brake, and I can see a little bit of jerking, but generally, after that straightens itself out, there are a few things. There are a few things that get every new driver. It's a heavy foot on the brake, and putting your hands not too tight on the wheel, just comfortable. And there's a few other things too, but I can't remember them right now. But I remember those two things. But driving school as a general is you'll make all the mistakes that every new driver makes, and you need to. Otherwise, if you're perfect, you don't actually learn as well as you would as if you make a few mistakes. I see you coming out fine at the other end of the driving school. So don't worry about it, and if you make mistakes, just look horribly embarrassed and say, I'm so sorry, and they'll grumble and everything, but it'll be fine. Okay? And when I tell you to appear upset and embarrassed, that's simply for their sake, because they expect it.
Next.
Yeah.
Kylie Brown asks, Kristen Meek asks, is Brittany still jealous of me?
I remember this yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the answer was yes, she is jealous. And is she still jealous? A little bit. Not as intensely as she was at one time. It's sort of winding down. But just be careful not to do something to ignite it again, because I don't think it's far beneath the surface of her emotions at this time. It will eventually dissipate and be unimportant. Okay.
Debbie with a $5 New Zealand dollars super chat asks, when will I enjoy the next job I get?
There will be a few bumps that here and there. I don't think it's going to be one of your top jobs, one of the jobs you like more than anything else. But I think it's going to be a job that you're okay with, and as you get to know the people there and make friends with them, it will become a better place for you to work, where you can sit and have a coffee on coffee breaks and shoot the breeze, so that it's okay. There will be one person that you probably sigh whenever you see them, but make it a game about how you can or you can or can't, or you do or you don't deal with that person, so that they just make it a game, because I think this is somebody that a little full of themselves, and I think you know how to deal with that really well. Thank you, by the way, Debbie.
She also added that after her last job she had a breakdown. So.
Okay, well, I don't feel that the energy for that is that strong, and next time don't stay that long.
Okay.
So.
Kylie Brown asks, how will law school go for me in the future?
So I feel a little bit of trepidation there. And I think it had more to do with a teacher rather than the actual what you were learning. Our dog's having nightmares. I don't see that you might have other teachers that are a little cranky. In fact, I see one that's renowned for being kind of cranky. And I think you're going to have a whole new viewpoint about how to deal with it. If you won't take it personally when he grouches and snarls, or if he snarls, I think he's a bit of a complainer and whiner. I don't know if that's the right words, but I think he's got a reputation for that, and you're going to be, of course, you're going to be polite, but you're not going to take it personally. And when he does his thing, you're just going to nod and say, "Okay, I understand. I will do it differently in the future." And it seems like you have a friend that's with you, and when the two of you get out of the area, you're just going to sit and kind of laugh about it. Grades, I don't see a real problem with it. You seem to have that. You seem to be really good getting your grades. There's sometimes you like to party a bit more and that the partying is fine. When I say partying, that might mean simply going out and not doing your homework. Do your homework first. And I don't see a problem with you doing well in the future. Okay? That was far too much information, right?
Caitlin Brooks asks, how does Ruben have romantic feelings for me?
It's a novel idea to him. But he doesn't go, "Ooh, that's disgusting." He kind of likes the idea. So I would say he may not be aware of it quite yet, but I think he will have. If he hasn't already woken up, he will wake up, and he will have some romantic ideas around you. I feel that he is also a little bit. It's like things go right over his head. You have to almost hit him on the head to make him aware of things. Like he may not know that you're interested, and so how do you do that? I don't know. It's been a long time since I've gone out on dates, and I'm not very subtle. So, yeah, the last guy I liked kind of giggled and says, "Look at her. She acts like a teenager around me. She really likes me." So I'm subtle.
You're as subtle as a...
Sledgehammer.
Yeah, there we go.
So, and that was a while back, of course. But I have no advice on that because, like I say, yep, not subtle.
Alicia P98 asks, hello, hope you are doing well. Can I get any messages from my grandfather on my mom's side?
Grandfather on the mom's side. Huh. Interesting. I'm not sure if this is pertinent or not, but it came in, and I swear, and I don't chew snuff, but I swear he had snuff, and it tastes like yuck. So anyhow, I don't know if that's the right grandfather, but yeah, he's in, and he's very funny, pardon me. And he says he's very proud of who you are. And he basically said, "That's my daughter's daughter." And and he's proud that you're his granddaughter. And again, it must be the energy right now. He thinks you're a little bit intense and you should lighten up a bit. I have to say, he's got to be one of my favorite people to bring in so far. Hopefully I've got the right grandfather, but yeah, he's quite funny. And yeah, very funny. Anyhow, I'm going to put this out there. He says don't take any wooden nickels. That's his sage advice. I'm sorry. Whoever he is that I brought in, I adore him. Let's go on.
So this next question might be a little heavy. Fair warning. Unstoppable Goddess asks, my adult sister just moved back in with my parents after a year of being in and out of rehab, and she's already creating problems where there isn't. My children and I can't go over. How will this work?
I suspect this is something that your mother and father will not do, but they need to put up boundaries, and she needs to continue going to therapy. She needs to learn her own boundaries, and I don't think she has them. I think she still has a lot of fear. Her fears are very powerful and they control her. And people who have fears, they like to run other people's lives because they don't feel they have control over their own lives. And what you're afraid of is a really high potential, unless she can find a therapist that she trusts, and that your parents have the strength to put down guidelines or boundaries. And for the meantime, you and your children would be wise not to go over there, because for the children's sake it might cause emotional damage, seeing what she can and has done. I know this is a very hard decision, but if they could find a halfway house or a home with guidelines and rules and regulations, strict, but not to the point where she's throttled, it would be easier for everybody. Because at this point, it feels like she's going to end up back in a hospital. And she might be an adult, but she's got a child's mind. And a teenage child is not capable of making rational decisions, even though they think they're adults. And my apologies, I hope. She does have potential. She does have the potential to get better. I'm not 100% sure she feels she can do that. And it's too hard. She feels that life is too hard to deal with, and so she's trying to find a way back. If you can talk to a therapist and find out what they would recommend, and probably there's nothing anybody can do because she is an adult, but you can try. Good luck, and I hope that helps a bit.
Nancy Jones, we've had this question from yesterday, but I guess this is a question that came when it...
Well, we got half of them were lost.
She asks, Who is my ex-host more attracted to? Me or the girl he cheated on me with?
Oh, I think I remember this one. And I remember... Let me ask again. I think he still spends time with that woman, but he regrets, he doesn't like her as much as he likes you, and he regrets what he did. I suspect he's not sure if there's a way back to what was, and he's not one to try hard. So I think he's one to... well, I've already messed up, so why bother? So, he's more attracted to you, but I think there's still energy between him and the woman. Mostly because it's simple and easy, and it's simple and easy, that's why.
Rachel Snow. Oh, no, she was just answering that she was a Scorpio. Jasmine Moore. There we go. Hi. What are some gifts that I have been ignoring spiritually or artistically?
You have a talent for color. You know, you can see, you have a feeling, color. So, for instance, you can probably see people's auras, and people whose auras are, you can tell, you can read people's auras. You can maybe take colors and color things in, and you can color in the aura for people. I think you would be also a very good color therapist. If you wanted to help people that particular way, you have a very keen eye for detail, and some of the things that you can do with this is just one of your gifts, is you can draw in what you see in the aura. Like, for instance, today I did a clearing for a young lady, and I pulled out a broadsword. Well, broadswords are from 600-700 years ago. So she obviously had a life from 600-700 years ago, right? So that sort of thing. You can draw what you see in the aura, which usually means it's something that needs to be looked at, cleared, or dealt with. And that will help people immensely. That's one of your gifts. You have actually a lot more gifts, but that's the one that jumped out at me right away. And that's one you don't need to have a lot of particular artistic design for. No, that's not the right word. You don't have to be the best drawer in the world to do aura drawings, because all you need to do is find the colors and blend them in till they feel right. All right.
And then I didn't actually write down that we were cutting it off, but it's basically been an hour.
An hour?
Basically, we're at 55 minutes.
Okay. And I am getting tired.
So we have one more question, and then we'll call it a night.
And Erin will be on one of these days soon.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. So Lakshmi asks, hello, wise lady and Elle. Any messages for me? And caught you.
Yeah.
Didn't realize we were...
No,
I know.
Yeah.
I was trying to be funny. But
oh, okay.
Thanks, Mom.
It fell flat. Yeah. Let me see, Lakshmi. So your grandmother's in here, and she's talking to you, and she's saying, what are you saying? You keep on trying, you keep on doing you keep on doing everything and keep on trying, and everything's going to work out for your benefit. And you have to get married soon. I'm sorry, I had to put that in because that's what she's you have to get married soon. You don't have to get married soon. That's just the grandma wanting the best for you. But things are going to work out. So basically she's telling you, don't give up. Everything's going to be fine. And I'm ready to quit.
Alright. So basically, Jasmine Moore says thank you. Maria Herrera says blessings to both of you.
You too.
And thank you.
Everybody, thank you. It's always a pleasure. I always enjoy myself. And I was supposed to be on for half an hour, so hey. Anyhow, we did talk a lot today.
Debbie says, fell flat, haha, I'd love to spend a day with you guys.
You would be so
Bored.
Not bored. We actually speak in tandem. I'll say part of the sentence, she'll say part of the sentence, and I'll finish it off. And it's like your head go back and forth between the two of us. It's kind of exhausting being around us.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
There are times we'll talk in unison as well.
Yeah, that's true. And we'll say the exact same words, exact pitch. Yeah. We used to drive her sisters crazy when we do that. We've done it a lot over the lives. Yeah, we're a little hard to take sometimes.
Yep.
But we're fun. Okay.
We're just finishing, Nicole.
Yeah, we've been on an hour.
We were only supposed to be on for half of that.
But Erin's going to probably be on sometime in the next couple of days. It just, as I say, life happens and she's been busy.
If not, join us
tomorrow on Wisdom Seekers Facebook, we have a meditation by Anna Louise, and I forget what else. Oh, on Sunday we have Bronwyn on Facebook again, doing a free interactive on numbers, and she does tarot. So that's as far as I can remember.
Friday and Saturday we will be doing the weeklies again.
Oh yeah,
with slotted 4 or 5 extra minutes to answer 4 or 5 extra questions. 4 or 5 questions.
I always forget about that because it's about me and I already know what I'm doing. Okay. Namaste. Namasko.
Bye everybody. Thank you for joining us.
I have no idea how to get out of here. Oh, there it is. I found it. Bye.
Bye.